Hello beer tubers and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the master of hoppets. Today checking out some more Pilsner. We're back on the lager train. Well, we're often on the lager train nowadays. I love good lagers, and well-hopped Pilsners are some of my favorite. And this is supposed to be just that. This is from New Image Brewing Company in Colorado, in Arvada, Colorado. A brewery new to me. I haven't heard a lot of this before. I got this through TMOH, the American beer app. And, I've never, I think I heard they were maybe invited at one point to Mickler's Beer Festival or something. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, it said it was a Pilsner, it was well hopped, and then it had Huell Melon. So I thought that was really interesting. Apparently they're a very hop focused brewery, but they talk about here on the label that they also, kind of wanted to do a Pilsner, and Pilsners are also like the OG hop forward beers back in the day, at least like classic, like German Pilsners, for example, or even also some of the Czech ones. This, though, takes the inspiration from what people nowadays call Italian Pilsner, which is Pilsner where you gently dry hop it. So it's got a slight dry hop addition, but it's usually not like crazy overdone. Birrificio Italiano and their Tipo Pilis is probably the most famous one, and I think it's the beer that everyone tries to do their own spin on. So, but this will be interesting. I mean, Huell Melon hops, that's also classic. It's from the Huell breeding program in Germany. It's not really classic. I think it was 2012 when it really started being sold. Quite well-known hop. More modern in its approach and flavors and whatnot. Kind of melony, some say strawberry too. But yeah, they decided to add that to this 4.5% Pilsner. And I'm dying for pills. So let's check this one out. Pours a very nice color. Almost crystal clear. Just the lightest amount of haze. But what I really like to see here, the amount of CO2 in this. It is carbonation streaming from the bottom and the sides of the glass. And I love that in Pilsner, that like really high spritzy carbonation and the dryness. That's also some of the things I really love with West Coast IPA. Something like that really, when the West Coast IPA really sings, it also often has fairly high carbonation. Maybe a little less than something like this, but it almost looks champagne-y in the glass, or like a glass with a widget in the bottom, but there is none. But it's a straw yellow color, the white head that's there. Pouring out, it was not like one of these thick, crazy, rocky heads, but, it looks fairly nice. It could be like an all Pilsner malt backbone, really, because it's so pale. Like, it almost, there's like not much of a golden hue to it. I know a lot of these American brewers and whatnot, instead of using like Carapils and things like that, they use wheat or oats in their beers, or in their lagers. I'm not sure if they would use this in this. Did they even say? Nah. They talk about process and everything. Yeah, I don't know. To be frank, I don't know. It just looks like it could be all Pilsner malt. But that's also, you can do that too. And that's still going to often turn out to be a great Pilsner. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. We're also having an American Rauchbier today. I'm stoked on that. We're going to have that after this. But let's check out the aroma on New Image Premium Pils. Yeah, it's definitely in that, modern vein, like that Italian Pilsner vein. It has like a breath of fresh aromatic modern hop character, which is really nice, but it's not like crazy. It's not like an IPA. It's subtle, more subdued, but definitely apparent. It reminds me a lot of the aroma of a beer I brewed called Pils Not Dead. It's got like terrible ratings online, but it's actually a fantastic pill. I brewed it. I brewed it with Tom, my old brewmaster, whom you saw in a few videos. I tweaked the recipe a little bit after he left, and I started doing slight dry hopping as well. And that was actually before I discovered Tipo Pilis, but it has a similar fruity vibe. But the subtle dry hopping on that was the Mittelfrüh. And this has, it reminds me of Mittelfrüh, but there is a melony kind of character to it, like a honeydew melon or something, but it's super subtle. Very crackery and really crisp smelling. Like crazily light crackery, almost like saltine cracker kind of aroma. It really reminds me of something like Pils Not Dead, and then there's like this super clean, just like finish, like it's it's weird talking about finish on the aroma, but it smells like it's like really clean. And then there is like, besides being fairly clean, there's just maybe the slightest hint of sulfur, but it almost adds a fruitiness when it's light in German Pils, or Italian Pils, which is German Pils with dry hop. But let's try this one. It smells really good. Cheers. Yeah, I could drink a lot of this. That's really good. Man, that's not too far off Pils Not Dead. I think it has a little less of a spice character, this one, compared to that beer. And less malt flavor. Pils Not Dead was pretty much just Pilsner malt and carapils. That was it. That beer, man, my old place of work just rebrewed it. I need to go get a fresh one. What's the shame is like they have a house pilsner, which is like super light, more made like an everyday kind of beer that most people can drink. And when Pilsner Not Dead's on, it usually didn't sell that well because the people who usually go for pilsners thought it was like too aromatic, which is like, come on. But it smells really good and tastes really good. Super crackery, super crisp, super effervescent, which I really like. Really nice dry finish. It has a touch of a lemony, limey twang, which is exactly what I want. It's that fruity hop character. I'm getting elderflower vibes too. And then it's a soft touch of melon. I think there's a nice bitter back end. It's not crazy bitter, but there's a nice bitter back end. There is a bit of Kräuter spice, herbal spice. Kräuter is usually what you say in Germany when you have that flavor, and I don't know why I started calling it that in the videos. For some reason I did, but it's like a green herbal spice. It's not necessarily like, it's like green herbs. It's not like spiciness as in black pepper, for example. Oh, there is a little bit of that too. I'm crushing this way too fast. I really dig this. I really dig this. It's super simple and it's really classic, but with the slightest modern twist. But it's so light that it's still totally authentic. Like, there's nothing in this that would scream, yeah, this is a slightly over-the-top kind of India Pale Lager, or like just whatever, like one of these crazy new American interpretations of lagers where they do, they just call them American lager, where they use corn and maize and things like that, and then they use modern hops only. It's not something like that. It's definitely like really true Pilsner. And yeah, I totally see the connotations towards something like a TMOH. It did not have the best head retention for what it is, and it was a little bit of a flimsy head, although right now there is, you can swirl up some, and it does look somewhat nice, but I was just trying to do the milk pour and everything. Doesn't matter, the beer tastes fantastic. 92? Something like that. It's really good. I don't think it's as amazingly great as some of like TMOH, for example, is probably the benchmarking example, but something like Riegele Herrenpils is probably one of my all-time favorite pilsners. I love that beer. It's really drinking fairly fresh too, but I think it was canned on the, let's see, 9th, month 9, September, 6th of September. I think so, or maybe it's the other way around. Maybe it's the 9th of June. I don't know if they give it a year best before. I'd imagine. I think it says something like that. It says best before 2022 09 06. So it's probably brewed 2021 09 06. And if you're in Europe, you can switch the 09 and 06 around because that's what they do in America. But yeah, 92 I think is a good grade. This is a dope Pils. I wasn't expecting to like it this much, actually. I thought it'd be like, whatever, for a quick sec when I was taking it out of the fridge, because I didn't see the whole Huell Melon thing. It's like, oh, it's going to be crazy hot beer. But no, I love how it's balanced. It's not all crazy, you know, modern hop flavor. It's just a touch of that Huell Melon honeydew-esque thing. Maybe some of that lemon lime comes from that too. It's really good. So yeah, if you guys had a chance to try New Image Brewing Premium Pils, let me know what you thought of it. I would crush 12 packs of these. Or 24 cases. It is so awesome. This is like great stuff. I really hope more people are starting to open their eyes for their style, because Pilsners are fantastic. So if you guys had a chance to try this one, let me know what you thought of it. As always, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Ring the bell for... That's how carbonated it is. And I lost my train of thought. But yeah, subscribe, all that stuff. Ring the bell for notifications about videos. I want to say cheers. And see you guys in another beer review.